How would manufacturers know their cost? How they would manage their cost components? Here is some tips and here is some cheat sheets which I will going to share with you on how you would do that. Hello again, this is Bahal Debian. I'm the founder and the CEO of Titanium Consulting Group. We are a digital transformation consulting group based out of Saudi, Jordan, Middle East, and Africa. We've been supporting and helping many manufacturers with big brands, smaller brands, local brands, international brands, regional brands on expanding their business and helping them through technology. We don't have a magical stick to give you your cost. That's the truth. But we were helping so many manufacturers and producers in implementing the right business processes that is being digitized so it can be measured, so it can be optimized. There is a simple rule in business. What gets measured, get improved. Taking that rule in consideration, measuring the hours your machines are spending in processing your work orders, managing the time your team is spending in doing that, managing the time the team they are spending in sourcing, optimizing the sourcing process, optimizing the cost elements, the purchases prices, looking at expanding the market, hiring more suppliers so you can get better prices and more competitive prices. All of these are pieces of the formula. And when I look at the manufacturer like yourself, they always have a challenge in terms of sourcing, getting the best quality, best price, and the fastest delivery. How to define these things? You need tools. You need to build a proper approved vendor list. You need to keep looking for new vendors. You need to open up to the world to say, if you are providing quality, speed, good price, come and become my vendor, right? Or supply these materials for me. How people they will come and involve in these things. How to manage your sourcing process, your contracting process, your purchasing, receiving process, optimizing on the cost of transportation, shipping, the right Incoterms you use if you are importing from overseas or if you are buying from local market. All of these things can be reviewed and optimized as a part of a digital transformation project. When we are implementing Oracle Fusion for your organization, the tool has functionalities that helps you to do so. On top of that, the actual processing of the factory. That is tip number one. Tip number two, for getting the best cost of your production, looking at the human resources cost. Getting into the labor cost, getting into the human resources cost, it's quite tricky. I know your financial controller or your finance manager or your CFO have determined to define fixed rate. The reason why people they do that, most likely, it is because they don't have the tools and they don't have the equipment that helps them to do so. With Oracle Fusion, we are coming up with different various solutions, which you can choose a combination of them, or you can use individual components, or we can do phased approach component where we are deploying one tool after another to get you to the best course of calculating your cost. One of the tools which is fantastically working for so many big organizations, small, medium, enterprise level, which is Oracle HCM. That's the HR and payroll system that comes up with a lot of components that comply with the Saudi laws, complies with the Saudi regulations, calculate goods in right way, calculate your overhead, calculate your business trips, gives you all the insights of the direct cost and the indirect cost of your staff, of your employees. Even it goes beyond this, you can also buy subcontractors, bring casual laborers, and put them within that cycle. Getting that actual cost out of HR and payroll system, there's so many applications in the market that helps you to do so. But getting that integrated within your systems, within your ERP, is the most difficult piece. With Oracle Fusion HCM, you are going to get the cost calculated by the payroll and running after all the direct, indirect, and the overhead of employees and staff, then putting that using another tool which is meant to manage the time the people are spending in your orders and your stuff. That will be in tip number three. In tip number three, we are talking about the actual scheduling system. How to schedule your work orders, defining machine A, B, C, D, machine 1, 2, 3, 4, work center 1, 2, 3, 4. The time it's being spent, the time the machine are spending in tip number in executing the work order or producing and passing or processing the materials or the items which you are putting there. That is also another scheduling tool which is coming with Oracle Execution, supply chain execution subscription, and it comes for free within that subscription, and you will be able to plan your schedules, plan your resources. That is why the resources are items, human resources, and equipment. And that equipment on your production line is very, very, very important. One of the things where scheduling also gets falls and planning of production happens, where you have a dedicated resources to do these production planning, where the integration between the maintenance and executing maintenance, either periodical, corrective, and preventive maintenance to your production line will impact your production. And that itself within the supply chain execution bundle from Oracle Fusion would be eliminated as these things are integrated. So your maintenance plan impacts your production plan, wherein you can't place work orders by mistake in a wrong date or wrong time. That is a very important tip you have to keep in mind. Tip number 4. Tip number 4, it talks about the human resources relationship with the work order execution. The problem we face again, which is the fixed rate of the employees or fixed cost of the employees, which is wrong. Maybe it's not the best fit for your business. Maybe your business doesn't depend much on human resources, despite the fact that there are so many organizations that are still having manual processes. They're still having a manual production line, which has a dependency on labor, which has a huge dependency on human resources. That itself is being fixed by Oracle Time and Labor, OTL. The OTL function, it's a simple, easy to use functionality, but it has a very complexity in the back of it, wherein it captures the timesheet of the people. Now it helps you with, if you are doing remote team, to capture time and attendance. It helps you to capture the timesheet the people are putting in their production hours. It helps you to control the people attendance. But the most important aspect of it is how it gets into the actual costing of your production. And we built in Titanium the mechanism that takes data from payroll, give you the actual hourly rate. If you want to do it on weekly basis, daily basis, or monthly basis even, it would get that back and it would even charge your production. And that is where your actual cost sits. You get the component of materials, you get the component of depreciation and the utility and the hourly cost. You have attached all of your variable and fixed costs in your costing sheets, and you added the component of the human resources, which helps you a lot in defining the direct and the indirect cost of your product. On top of that, you have the sales module, which is being integrated with it, and define over there your pricing and your profit margin. I leave you with these couple of notes about how Oracle Fusion is very special ERP when it comes to the manufacturing. If you are in discrete manufacturing or process manufacturing, these videos are targeted for you. Make sure that you watch all of these parts and all of these advices and tips. Wish you all the best. If you need any help, send to our team at hello@titaniumgroups.com or visit our website titaniumgroups.com, and we will be more than happy to contact you or reach out to you if you leave us your contact information. Share this video with all of your colleagues. Share this video with the other people who work in the same industries. Let this benefit goes to everybody. Thank you very much.